Hello everyone, and welcome to another video where I give my insights on effective ways for research. In the last video, I discussed how it is important to establish a knowledge management system and introduced RemNote as the engine for that system. In this video, I will share my personal favorite workflow for extracting information from different sources and how to get them into RemNote. The main sources for information for researchers are articles and books. Therefore, we need an efficient way for annotating them and taking notes on the material we are reading. My go-to PDF reading and annotating device is my iPad. There are many PDF annotating applications on the App Store, but I will share the one that I believe to offer the best features as well as having a very fluid transition of information into my knowledge management app of choice, RemNote. MarginNote is my iPad app of choice for reading and annotating PDFs, and in the remainder of this video, I will show a demonstration of my workflow between MarginNote and RemNote. Here is the main screen of MarginNote. On the left bar, you will find the Document tab. Here you can import the PDF documents. You can either add them within a typical hierarchical folder fashion or using the app's so-called categorical organization, which is just a tag system where you associate a tag with a document. You can use both organization techniques where you create a nested folder system and add a tag to each folder for faster access. Once you have imported your documents into MarginNote, you can now start reading and annotating them. Starting from the Study tab, you can create a new study session. As opposed to the Document tab, you can only organize your study sessions into categories. Once you create a study session, you will be prompted to select the documents that you will be reading within this session. You can add as many documents as you like to the session. The awesome part is that MarginNote doesn't create copies from the document folder into the reading session, so you don't have to worry about duplications among different sessions that use the same documents. The first thing you will notice is that you have the documents you are reading within the right pane, while the left pane is a plain canvas and you can resize the panes to your liking. You can also show up to 3 documents in split view. You can start annotating your document using the tools at the top of the right pane. The second icon allows you to highlight text from the PDF. As you can see, this automatically creates an excerpt in the left pane. You can rearrange the excerpts into a mind map of parent and child notes, as well as merge different excerpts together. When selecting an excerpt, you can select the first icon, which will open a window for that excerpt. You can add a title, comment, or add your own notes, whether handwritten or typed. You can also create a voice note. You can even select the camera tool to add a picture from your gallery or even take a photo or a scan of a hard copy document and attach it within the excerpt. Finally, you can add multiple tags. You can either search for an existing tag that you have created previously from any reading session, not just this one, or you can even create new ones. The next annotation feature in the toolbar is the Square Select tool. This is useful for creating excerpts for non-text parts of your document, like figures, tables, and mathematical formulas. You can add all the things that we mentioned earlier, from voice notes to tags, within these excerpts. The following tool is the Lasso Select tool, which is just a free shape select tool. The pen tools on the right allow you to write on the PDF and create free shape highlights, as well as text boxes. You can then select these annotations and create excerpts of them as well. You can switch between documents by clicking the tabs, and you can also add or remove documents as you work. Clicking on any of the excerpts will take you directly to the location within the document for a quick look at the context. In addition to the mind map view of the left pane, you can switch to the outline view. By swiping right and left, you can change the indentation of the excerpts, which will correspondingly change the parent-child relationships within the mind map. You can also drag excerpts to different parts of the outline, as well as collapse headers to have a better overview of your outline as your mind map gets bigger. Once you are done reading and annotating your documents, you can begin exporting your notes. The best way I've found to export notes is through Evernote. Now, all you have to do is get the notes into RemNote. And the way you do that is just by simply copying and pasting them from Evernote. The awesome part is that this procedure will keep all the parent-child structure of your notes intact, and it will carry even your tags. One thing to keep in mind about tags is that MarginNote adds tags in their own line within the outline, which will translate to empty rems being tagged in RemNote. A quick workaround is to shift tags to the previous line from Evernote before copying the notes into RemNote. Now that you have all your notes, annotations, and excerpts into RemNote, you can start creating your wiki links and permanent evergreen notes. And the great thing is that if you have RemNote open from Safari on the iPad, all the links will direct you back to the original notes on MarginNote if you ever need to see the context of the excerpts. The workflow that I've mentioned between RemNote and MarginNote works well with Roam Research as well. However, Roam doesn't allow you to copy all notes at once from Evernote when there are images. So you'll have to segment your copying, which can be problematic if you have a lot of image excerpts. I assume that there is a workaround that makes this easier, and I will share it with you roamers in another video if I find one. If you liked this video or found it useful, then give it a like, leave a comment with your questions or feedback, and sub for more videos on effective workflows for research.